First of all, I'm grateful to you, Mr. Chair, for the substantive and thoughtful approach to public safety reflected in the budget. The funding and related policy proposals are in the bill are transformative for Minnesota's correction system. Through your leadership and this committee's work, there is critical funding needed for the department's base and deficit funding.
All of our committee staff, research. You've been working very, very hard, and we are all immensely grateful. Commissioner Schnell, when you're ready.
Madam Chair, I'm just Paul Schnell, Commissioner of Corrections, here to talk about the DE, Senate File 2909. First of all, I'm grateful to you, Mr. Chair, for the substantive and thoughtful approach to public safety reflected in the budget. The funding and related policy proposals are in the bill are transformative for Minnesota's correction system. Through your leadership and this committee's work, there is critical funding needed for the department's base and deficit funding. And there is investments in recruitment and retention initiatives, which we all have talked about as critical for the department. It invests in ongoing virtual court hearings to improve the efficiency and coordination with the judicial branch. And it invests in the safety and security of our prisons. In addition, it really addresses the state's constitutionally mandated health care requirement for those in our care, custody, and control. The budget also makes significant investments in the state's public safety data infrastructure to replace the department's critically antiquated data management and sentence administration systems. And I cannot say enough about how essential this investment is to creating a modern data-driven solution for public safety in the Department of Corrections. Central to the DOC's mission has been the transformation of lives for safer Minnesota, and this bill includes the Minnesota Rehabilitation and Reinvestment Act, which creates a long-term comprehensive and evidence-based approach to prevent reoffending by incentivizing rehabilitation. And Chair, your bill really invests in the transformational services needed to make MRRA a success for our state. Does this by ensuring funding for secondary and post-secondary education and making the state best eligible to receive those federal Pell funds that are now available. It creates pathways from prison to employment, reduces the cost or eliminates the cost of phone calls for those incarcerated, and creates the much-needed evidence-based practices unit. The bill also addresses issues related to correctional funding for supervision services in our state and providing the opportunity for tribal governments to have a role in this space. It invests in housing stability for all, and it increases access to sex offender treatment to help reduce reoffending. Chair, your bill also makes clemency a priority in our state by creating and establishing the Clemency Review Board. And it addresses a permanent, comprehensive approach to parole decision-making through the creation of the Indeterminate Sentence Release Board. Chair, as the budget and committee members, as the budget moves forward, we hope we can work further with you and colleagues in the Senate and on this committee around other investments in the governor's budget. We know the challenges that existed, but the issues related to our family support unit proposal, the body-worn camera proposals, and the needed funding for the Prison Rape Elimination Act, so that the department does not lose that Federal Department of Justice funding. And finally, looking to expand our apprehension unit to address the backlog of outstanding warrants. While much of the work remains before the end of the session, we just believe that you, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, and the committee should feel very proud of the budget that is being advanced. And we look forward to working with you between now and the end of the session to expand and to finalize this. And we thank you for your leadership on behalf of the public safety of Minnesota. Thank you.